All right, let's jump right in. We are talking about a massive, fundamental shift in how marketing is done. We're moving away from those odds that, we all just skip and into a future where advertising might actually be helpful. It's all about AI learning to write ad copy that's so personal, it feels like it was written just for you.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You get an ad for something you just bought, or even worse, for something you would never, ever be interested in. It's not just annoying for us, you know? It's a huge, colossal waste of money for businesses. So, what if AI could put an end to all that waste? For good.
And this is the real breakthrough. This isn't just about, say, showing you an ad for shoes because you looked at a pair of shoes. No. This is about knowing why you're looking. Are you looking for style, for comfort? Are you training for a marathon? It's about crafting a message that speaks directly to that specific need. See, the AI is learning to communicate, not just to target.
Okay, so why is this such a game changer for businesses? Well, it really comes down to what we're calling the 100x advantage. And listen, this isn't some small, incremental improvement. We're talking about a revolutionary leap forward, both in speed and in cost effectiveness. It basically unlocks a whole new set of marketing superpowers. And you can really think of these as a kind of chain reaction. It all starts with personalizing content at a massive scale. That makes your ads way more relevant, right? Well, that relevance boosts your quality scores on platforms like Google, which, by the way, lowers your costs. And better ads, they lead to higher conversion rates, which in turn builds real, actual customer loyalty. The best part? You can get there faster than ever before by A/B testing hundreds, even thousands of variations at once, even across different languages. It's a massive flywheel effect. And this really gets to the heart of it all. This isn't just technology for the sake of technology. It's a tool with two really simple but absolutely crucial goals. First, make marketing way more effective for the business. And second, just as important, create a genuinely positive, even helpful shopping experience for the customer. It's that classic win-win situation. Okay, let's really talk about these numbers because they're pretty staggering. 100x increase in speed. Just let that sink in for a second. The amount of time it takes a human copywriter to draft maybe a handful of variations, an AI can generate thousands. This just unlocks a level of rapid testing that was frankly impossible before. But speed is only half of the equation. Yeah, the other side of that 100x coin is the cost. When you combine that incredible speed with automating huge chunks of the creative process, well, the efficiency gains are just enormous. And what's really cool about this is that it's not just a tool for massive corporations anymore. This kind of power democratizes high-level marketing for businesses of literally any size. All right, so this sounds incredibly powerful. I get it. But how do you, actually start? It might seem super complex, but the first step is actually surprisingly simple. It's all about building what we call a minimum viable product, or an MVP. So your starter kit, your MVP, it really just comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, you just need the ability to generate basic short-form ad copy. Think headlines, descriptions from a simple text prompt, like a product description or a list of keywords. Second, you apply some light personalization based on predefined audience groups like tech enthusiasts or new parents. And third, you just wrap it all in a simple interface where you can pop in your prompts and get the copy back. That's it. That's your starting point. Pretty manageable, right? Now, to get that MVP up and running, you just need to feed the AI the right information. You start with the absolute basics, your product info, and the keywords you're targeting. Then, and this is a neat trick, you give it examples of your best performing ads so it can learn your style. That's called few-shot learning. Finally, you define your audience segments. What's important to notice here is that you don't need these massive, complex data sets to get started. Often, a small, high-quality sample is all it takes to get the ball rolling. Okay, now, it is absolutely crucial to be realistic here. This technology is incredibly powerful, but it is not perfect. Like any tool, it has its own limitations and, potential risks that you absolutely have to be aware of.
we have to talk about the robot's blind spots. The biggest risk by far is something called AI hallucination. This is essentially when the AI confidently just makes things up. It might create a product feature that doesn't exist, or it might cite a statistic that is completely false. And the tricky part is, it sounds totally plausible, but it's just wrong. So the crucial takeaway here is you can't just set it and forget it. You have to be watching. And that leads us to probably the most important rule for working with AI. It's a partnership, not a replacement. You let the AI handle what it's good at: scale, speed, and crunching massive amounts of data. But the human marketer, you, provide what the AI completely lacks: understanding context and nuance, making ethical judgments, and of course, setting the overall strategy. The human always has the final say. Final approval is key.
So once you've got your MVP humming along and you really understand this human-in-the-loop partnership, where does all this go? Well, the path from a simple copy generator to a fully integrated marketing brain is, well, it's incredibly exciting. So let's take a look at what that future really becomes.
Okay, so this is the scaling plan, the roadmap, from MVP to an absolute powerhouse. You start by integrating your tool directly with ad platforms like Google and Facebook for automatic deployment. Then you deepen the personalization by analyzing real-time customer behavior, purchase history, browsing data, all of it. From there, the AI starts generating not just short ads, but long-form content like blog posts and emails. It's creating copy in multiple languages on the fly, it's adjusting its tone based on sentiment analysis, and maybe most importantly, it creates this incredible feedback loop, constantly learning from campaign performance to get smarter and more effective over time.
So really, as we wrap this up, it all comes down to this one simple question. For decades, marketing has pretty much been a megaphone, right? Just talking at a broad audience, hoping something sticks. AI gives us the power to turn that megaphone into a personal conversation, to start talking to individuals with a message that's relevant, timely, and genuinely helpful. The only question left is, are you ready to start that conversation?